Whoa, it's the Illusion and Owl. We're on our way to Sunday school today. Sunday. So this is the calm version of this video. If you want the fired up, profanity laden version of this video, got to go over to Rumble. There's a link down below for the Rumble channel where that's where we put in the spicy content right now, because we can get spicy over there and let our freak flag fly. So anyway, the video was about this weird thing that I've noticed over the last 2 weeks, right? So 2 weeks ago, you had the governor of California in a picture with Magic Johnson, the mayor of Los Angeles, the mayor of San Francisco, and they didn't have the cloth over their face, right? And all of a sudden, everybody's like, this isn't cool. The children have their cloth on their face at the government indoctrination centers called public schools. And I'm like, so let me get this straight. And now it's a big deal about the Super Bowl, right? Like 80,000 people are going to be in the stadium at the Super Bowl, but the children are going to go to school on Monday and they're going to be required to wear the face coverings, but the people at the Super Bowl aren't going to, and the Oscars and blah, blah, blah. And then so I sit there and I go, wait a minute. So you're telling me it would be totally fine if your children were at the public indoctrination centers with their face coverings on their beautiful faces being abused, as long as the governor and the mayor of LA and San Francisco and Magic Johnson had theirs on when they took a photo together. Because that's what got everybody all fired up and started all this like pushback about it, was because of one photo. And to me, it's the level of like insanity is like, why ever did you tolerate it in the first place? Why as a parent would you have ever tolerated that in the first place? Putting your child, your beautiful little human being that you're in charge of, in a face covering is tantamount to child abuse and neglect. It's terrible. And so I look at this weird thing where people are like bitching and moaning about the public indoctrination system called school, and I'm going, dude, so you're gonna keep sending, the fact that you've sent your children to these institutions is insanity in the first place. Because so what, it's these people that would do this to your children, these public administrators that supposedly are all about educating children and knowing about what's good for children and what's not good for children, would do that to your children. The teachers would sit by and allow this to happen to your children, and the government would allow this to happen to your children. You don't see the giant flashing red caution, yank your children out of public education as soon as possible. The fact that you still are sending your children to the public indoctrination system is insanity from my perspective. But people go, well, it's not that easy for me. This or that. And I go, yeah, it's not that easy. You're going to have to make sacrifices. But if you're not going to sacrifice for your children, what are you going to sacrifice for? Like, you have to love your children more than you love your convenience or anything. So I don't, the level of weird mental gymnastics on this Super Bowl and masking the children on, I said it, darn it, masking the children on Monday thing blows my mind, because I don't know who tolerated it ever and who expects these. Look, let's be clear. The government, the school administrators, the system, the beastly system, whatever you want to call it, they've let you know the truth, and you're just in denial about the truth. What is the truth? Here's the brutal truth. They hate you. They want nothing but bad things for you. They will never, ever care about your well-being. They hate you. They hate your children. I know. Oh, man, yeah. But the sooner you wrap your head around that, you would understand. Yeah. You would understand why you would never, ever put their, we got 2 each, remember? Yeah, here, take your 2. You would never, ever put your children in their indoctrination centers, and you would have 2, it's fine. And you would do everything in your power to keep them from being in those institutions. And so to complain about it because there's a picture of the governor and the mayor of LA is a level of mind-numbing apathy I just don't understand, because I don't understand why you would ever put your beautiful child in a piece of cloth, that actually destroys their spirit, destroys their ability to communicate, destroys their learning potential, destroys so many aspects. When we get back, when the timeline rolls out on this thing, people are going to look back with shame, dread, and horror about what they did with their children. It's not that at this point, it's not the government. It's not the schools, it's the parents. If the parents would just pull all their children, every parent that's complaining about their children wearing masks would pull their children from the public indoctrination system and find out the truth that you don't need them, they wouldn't do it, and they would change their tune overnight. But you're expecting institutions that blatantly hate you to change what they're doing. They're doing this deliberately because they know that you're too pathetic as a parent to make the sacrifices necessary to protect your children. You're willing to feed your children to the beastly system because it's too hard to protect them. It's gross. It's gross. So, that's all I kind of got for you. I really, my whole thing is this, at this point, nothing else matters except to stop the child abuse. They're abusing the children, and they're doing it in front of the parents, and the parents are sacrificing their children's mental health, spiritual health, emotional health, educational health. For what? For what? I don't understand it. I get it. This homeschooling thing, it ain't easy, but it's certainly rewarding. We have our days, super tough, and then we have our days, it's super beautiful and free and loving and kind, and I can't imagine ever feeding him into the public education system for indoctrination into a system, indoctrinating him into a system that blatantly declares their hatred for him, myself, my wife, all of his friends, all of his generation. So anyway, this was the fully toned down version, which is probably better, but I needed to really get fired up and rant. So that's on the Rumble channel down below. You can smash the like button. You can get some t-shirts and PayPal, crypto links, all that stuff's down below. But smash the like button and just protect your children at all costs at this point. That's what this is all about. It's The Illusion signing off.